Steve McGaughys, McGaughys Suspension. I'm here with Nick. He's behind the camera. We wanted to show you this brand new 2020 and up 4-inch kit. You may have seen our out of the box 4-inch kit. It comes standard in a 20 black, more of a rugged off-road look. This customer chose to do a bright red powder coat. So today we just kind of wanted to walk you through some of the things we've done to this truck, how it sits, how it looks. If something you'd like your truck to look like this, we're gonna go over some of those topics.
Right off, we're obviously rocking wider wheels and smaller tires, but we still need to accommodate for proper ride height because of the turning, scrubbing on the tire, connecting to the front bumper and fender and whatnot.
So you can see this one, the back plastic piece has been trimmed. It's the factory rear mud flap. It's been shortened, trimmed up. This truck was leveled before and he'd already trimmed the front valance a little bit more aggressive than it needed to be. But it is a 24-14 on a 33-inch tire. I believe it's a 14.5 wide. So it's sticking out there quite a ways. It's got to be able to swing inside that wheel well. With the 4-inch kit, it maintains all that factory geometry. So you're not pinning the truck up to be able to achieve that like on a 3-inch leveling kit or like a 2.5-inch leveling kit. This way the axles stay nice and flat. This truck is setting at about 5 inches. So it's got the factory torsion key in it. This kit uses the NTD, so the torsion bar stays up in its high clearance. It doesn't hang underneath the truck. The truck is sitting at about 5 inches. You could tell he does have our aftermarket control arms on it with the billet ball joint caps. He decided to go ahead and powder coat all that stuff red and leave the standard accent pieces that now come with all the control arms, these polished stainless. He left those polished. He decided to upgrade and go with the upgraded compression struts, which also are the SS version. So it has a stainless steel accent badge inside the compression strut and the billet faceplate on the outside, which comes either black and milled or raw. He decided to do the raw ones and polish them.
So let's just point something out here for people that might not be keen on this. So this bracket right here allows the torsion bar to stay in the factory position when typically the torsion bar would drop down and then go lower with the main, majority of the lift kits out there. So this is what's called a non-torsion bar drop. And that's because on the 4-inch kit, if it's actually 4 inches, that torsion bar would basically interfere with the cross member. It would have to go lower than 4 inches, which our kit is 4 inches. And just to clarify what the difference is this is a kicker bar. This is a kicker brace that goes to the rear cross member. This black unit is the factory torsion bar. These are our kicker braces, which Steve was explaining that these are upgraded. And, also with the upgrade of the actual kicker brace is these billet face plates too as well. So those are the two things I wanted to point out just to clarify for people that might not know. They don't come in the kit at 4 inches, but you can upgrade to them.
Yeah, it's a additional part number that's on the website. If you wanted to put some, I call jewelry underneath the truck. The front cross member on this truck also has one of our billet faceplates, which comes in either black and milled or raw. He decided to polish the raw one to give it a little bit more contrast.
Like this truck owner, he wanted to personalize it with the red instead of being all black. The kit comes standard in black, and you can personalize it with powder coating and then the billet face plates, like Steve was saying. The upper control arm is not needed at 4 inches.
No.
But when we start going up to about the 5 to 6 range, we want the control arm for adequate droop travel.
Yeah, it adds that extra downward travel, so it gets it a little bit further from that fallout stop. Also, it gives you an opportunity, like this guy wanted a little bit more color, something a little bit more flashy, so he was able to achieve that. It also has our M84 controlled shocks that we build in-house. specifically for this application. So the front shock is tuned specifically for this truck, and the rear shock is valved specifically for the back of this truck. It's not like a generic length that just happened to work. We put hundreds of hours into tuning the valve stack for each corner of this truck.
And that's going to be also a part number separate for a 2500 versus a 3500 that has a heavier spring rate to the truck.
Correct. If you order the kit for a 3500, you're going to get a different shock than you would get with a 2500. We're able to do that because we're building them in-house, so we have that fine tunability to maintain that plush ride and to be able to control that heavier load from a 35 versus a 2500.
Yeah. So we like to favor truck owners that would like to personalize their truck, just like this one. Or if you just want a standard black, we have that as well. You can see our other video of the GMC that we have previously posted. That it's all black. It's really straightforward. You don't really see the lift kit underneath the truck because it kind of blends in if that's what you're looking for. But as you can see, we have upgrades if you want to add personalization to it. Traction bars, the kicker braces, the front billet faceplate, and the side faceplates. All those are additional and allow for personalization.
Yeah, you have a handful of part numbers. I think there's 4 part numbers off the website to be able to achieve this goal. If it's something that you want your truck to look like, you can go to the website, check those out, get it at your local McGaughys dealers, or give us a shout. We can direct you in the right place to get it from.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, again, this truck right here has wider tires on it. So because of that, that's why you see the trimming that's done to the lower bumper. And then we talked about on the backside for the cab side. Because they stick out so far, when the tire turns, this outside edge comes in contact here. If you're running a slender, more skinnier wheel, like a 9 or 10, it would get less of, the turning scrub on the outside edge would be less because it's sucked in further. So I just wanted to make that clear because some people don't want the look of this, or some people do want the look of this. So I want to make sure that there's information showing you how to achieve it both ways and what it takes to do it. Because not everyone has to cut like this one if you go with our recommendations of tire and wheel fitment.
Yeah, like our shop truck is set at a true 4 inches,
Yep.
and it's on a 18x9 with a 5.7. So it has, like, we call it no poke on the wheel, right? It's nice and flush. This kit doesn't push the wheel out any. It keeps the stock track width. So the only thing you're growing is by getting a little bit more aggressive wheel and tire, but it's still tucked in there in a ways that you can clear a 37-inch tire inside that wheel well with next to no trimming to do that. But when you go to something like this where it's a 14 wide and it starts to push its way out, then you obviously have to accommodate for that wheel swinging out there.
I wanted to highlight something that Steve said. Our front track width on this 4-inch kit there's no additional track width. So in many cases, when guys are trying to do 4-inch kits or 6-inch kits and they're going with the wide wheel look, they'll get a 14-inch wide, but it looks even more aggressive because the front track width has been added with the specific lift kit manufacturer that you go with. Our kit does not add any additional push out. So whatever your wheel offset is and width, that's what's going to be the push out on the fender, past the fender for the wheel and tire combo.
It also helps keeping the front and back the same. A lot of times you see guys where the front of the truck starts to get super wide and the back isn't, so then you got to put wheel spacers or adapters to push the back out to match the front. Me personally, I like it when they look the same front and back. It keeps it nice and clean.
Yeah, there's many ways of building these trucks. It all depends on what the actual truck owner wants to achieve. But here at McGaughys, we try to make it work for a little bit of everyone. We have an option for everyone if that's what you're looking for. So if you guys got any questions on this truck, feel free to contact us on any of the social pages or directly at the office here. And we'd be more than happy to help you out with your questions and set you up with a authorized dealer in your location for the purchase of the product and or the installation as well, if you don't want to do it yourself.